20? Yo, everybody. What is up? Welcome back to the AfterSparty. My name is Chunky. I'm joined by my co-host, the one and only Sparty HD with a Z. You can find him over on Twitch at SpartyHDZ. And you can find me there as well at Chunky __. My Twitter is ___ Chunky. And his is, Sparty HDZ. This is episode 10. We got a banger of an episode for you guys today. Super stoked. But before we get into that, what's going on, Nate?
Yo, what's going on, buddy? We chilling. It's another day. It's the final episode before we go on our little hiatus.
Super stoked.
We're basically So firstly, before we begin, if you're not into video games, this is not the episode to be listening to. Okay, I repeat,
this is not the one.
This is not the one because we have a very big, not a big star with us. This is just a normal guy. I don't even know why people fucking say it like that. But
over here fangirling, but
yeah. But we are actually gonna get right into the festivities. So
let's do it.
Everybody, if we could all give a welcome to SoaR Zephy. You can follow him over on Twitch at Zephy, and you can follow him over at Twitter at SoaR Zephy. How's it going, bud?
Yo, what up?
What's going on, man?
How you guys doing?
We're doing great. Appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to come over on the show, man. It's really,
of course,
means a lot.
Real.
So this is gonna be your first time on our show. I'm gonna give you a rundown where we kind of left off last week. We were talking about the evolution of gaming and how far it has come as a whole. Because when we were younger, man, what did our parents always say? You're not gonna get anywhere doing that. And
exactly,
that's true.
Here we are. God knows how many years later, and it's this spectacle now. It's gaming as a sport. Kids are playing for millions of dollars. Not only just playing for millions of dollars, people also like yourself who are streaming all the time. Making money off of it. Where do you think this really took off, man?
Are you saying like in terms of how the gaming community went, or the conversation?
Yeah, exactly. no, not the conversation. The gaming community.
I think it definitely peaked over the years, and I think like it was something that was on the uprise, and a lot of people doubted it. But there was the people that like the bigger creators that were, I guess you could say, monetized on the platform, that were kind of setting a pathway for other upcoming creators that wanted to take a part of it. And within that, as people were growing up, like it makes sense to have these young creators that are 12, 13, 14, that are making millions off Fortnite, Call of Duty, or whatever, and it's just multiplying. So I think it's going to be bigger than what it is now. Like every year it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But like I feel like the demand of content for gaming is just going to get a lot harder.
And I think it is too, if we're being honest, especially the past year since we, the whole pandemic and everything going on. Everybody's doing it. Well, not everybody's doing it, but a lot of people are. There's nothing else to do except do it,
Exactly.
And now we're at a point where it's hard to find content that separates somebody from everything else. Like you got your whole chili gig going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, gang.
So as mentioned, you're part of SoaR. You were in Obey, correct?
Yeah, that was
many years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago.
And you've been in this community for longer than 7 years, for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think? Our sniping community used to be something godly, dude. Like out of this world. It like the demand for players was crazy, and I mean now it still is, but mainly for smaller teams.
Mm-hmm.
I went brain dead I forgot literally what I was just gonna say.
What do you think killed it?
I mean, I don't think it got killed. That's not where I was going with it. I just think the toxicity level from then to now is at an outstanding high. I don't think it's dead by any means.
But I mean, you don't see montages around anymore or near as frequent.
There's actually a lot of factors that come into that, because like I've heard people say like, oh, it's I've heard it's dead now, it's more toxic or it's less toxic. And to be honest, like I think it's less toxic. I think back in the day, you know, you were able to have no filters on Twitter and you could say whatever you want without getting punished, without getting your account suspended, without getting, you know, an FBI sent to your house or whatever. There was people out there that were doxing people, finding out what school they go to, getting their school swatted or their house swatted. I mean, there's still people now, but I think like it's a lot less now, and I think a lot of people are growing up and understanding like, you know, this is kind of a waste of time, like, and they're just better off to just kind of just hang out with the sniping community and just have fun. Like I don't think people now are having an all-time high ego as compared to back then, because back then, yeah, the sniping community was really, really big. Like it was, I think we ran Twitter 100%. But I think what like slimmed it down was that as things go on, you tend to reach like a peaking point with like the standard of content, right? And you can't really get any higher when it comes to clips. So I think that all the people that were sniping and not going anywhere with it were growing up, and as they were growing up, you know, they realized, okay, I can't make money off of a 5-on. I can't make money off of a 6-on or a montage, whatever. So at that time, a lot of people ended up quitting. A lot of people didn't like the newer CODs. People weren't able to adjust. And the new generation was stepping in, and we weren't able to recycle until, I want to say, in the beginning of either BO3 or I would say BO4, more towards Modern Warfare. Like now you see a lot more people on Modern Warfare compared to like other CODs. Like I met so many people on Modern Warfare and they didn't even know anything about like the MW2 era. They didn't live that. They weren't there for it. So like if you ask me like, yeah, how different was the BO2 era and the MW2 era compared to now? Oh no, not a single soul would be standing a chance against the BO2 era. It was so toxic. It was insane.
That was literally my favorite era. Was getting into an MW2 lobby and just hearing nothing. Like there was an Instagram post I saw not too long ago where it said kids today would never survive in an MW2 lobby, and it's just everybody yelling, talking crap. Like that's what I grew up on. Like I think that's what made our generation so hard, is because, you know, like that's what we were yelling at each other at 3:00 in the morning while our mom's in the other room trying to sleep, you know?
Yeah. But I also think that like it's hard to welcome people to the community when people are being toxic, so that's why it was kind of hard to recycle. So it's I don't know if you guys noticed, I've noticed myself, like big creators such as Face Kitty, Agony, you know, Pomage, you know, like the big guys, you know, top dogs on the snipe community. And there's a lot more I can name. They're the ones that are recycling the community with the YouTube algorithm and having people to find their videos to recommend it. So then now the casuals are being introduced to sniping. Like you go in a lobby, no doubt in my mind, someone already knows like the name FaZe and sniping and whatnot, like shit like that. So back then we didn't really have the ability to do that because we couldn't figure out how the YouTube algorithm works. So now we know, you can notice like there's people out there that don't even know the terms of a clip, right? You won't hear quad headshot. You won't hear a 5-on. Like if you do, they're probably like misunderstanding what it means. Like they'll be like, oh, I hit a 9-on. Like motherfucker, the kill feed doesn't even go up to 9 kills. Like what the fuck? But what they mean is 9 kills in a row. Yeah, but they just don't understand the term of it. So like that's when you know we're recycling right now.
That's this guy right here, this chunky guy. That's how he sees it.
Hey bro, I got a 5-on the other day with a knife. Okay, I did pretty good. Sign me up, bro. I'm the next knifing legend. No, I'm just really suck at this game.
And and there's certain people like, for example, Face Scope. You know, just got in the face. Congratulations, sure. Man. You know, pushing the limits. You know what I mean? And that algorithm, like he did it best, and like not only did he do it best, like he grinded, he fucking worked hard, he did everything possible, he made it. Congratulations to him.
For sure.
But yeah, man, it's crazy, like, because I'm old, you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
I was going through a rough time in life when I was younger, and like the Call of Duty community was like where it was at for me. And like I've been in it since, don't get me wrong, but I'm not as involved in it now as I was then. Now I just lead a team, and I just occasional one episode every year or two, you know. But I mean, it's way different now, man. Not even just like the montage thing. Like streaming as a whole is way different now, because now you got like on Twitch, man. It's hard for a smaller person to really get viewed or noticed, because the demand for content on Twitch. You got millions of people streaming. You know what I mean?
Yep.
What was the easiest way for, I mean, if you want to give advice, to anybody listening, what was the easiest way for you to actually begin to pick up speed and start rolling on Twitch? Or was it just something that built, over your name and your legacy over so many years?
Like what kind of got me on a roll, right?
Yeah. What got you doing it as like a habit and not just something to do?
It honestly just started off with me messing around. Like I always loved experimenting when I was younger. When it came to like content. So I saw people streaming on Twitch, right? So I saw it on my timeline on Twitter, or I would see it on YouTube. People kind of like shout it out. Like for example, Optic Jewel, if you guys remember her.
Yes.
She streamed on Twitch, and I was like, she was one of my first people I followed on the platform. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I've known about it, but I never got into it because, like, one, I was, like, 13 at the time, and two, I didn't have a good internet. I didn't have the equipment. So I was just, like, just chilling on the platform, just chilling, whatever. And then years go by. I'm trying to make content on YouTube. I'm getting better at it. And then suddenly I'm like, I wonder if I can stream. I kind of want to try it out. I also saw Gwit streaming, and I saw my friend Didi. He was streaming, and I was like, man, like this looks dope. Like I kind of want to try this. Like this is something that I could, I don't know, maybe be good at. I don't know until I try. So I started streaming. I wanted to show off my gameplay because I was like, man, I can get some dope free for all gameplays. Like I get under like 5 deaths, 30 kills. Why not, right? So I started off with like 1 viewer, like literally just me and Nightbot. I was like, dope, like hell yeah, like someone's gonna pull up eventually. Like I was hoping someone would pull up. I would tweet it out, no one would pull up, and then eventually. There was 2 people that came by, and then 3 people, and all of a sudden 5 viewers. I was like, okay, cool. And all of a sudden, a month later, 10 viewers. I was like, oh shit, double digits. Like that's crazy. And then all of a sudden, I got to 20, and I'm like averaging 20, and then it just keeps going and going and going. But like, the thing that kept me going to keep streaming was to have fun with it and like try something new. But keep in mind, like I started streaming around 2015, towards the end of the year, somewhere like that, and I had like shitty internet, and then I upgraded and I started streaming more. But I just remember like someone called me out streaming because for money, and I was like, dude, I started streaming before affiliate was a thing, before you can even make a single dollar on the damn platform. Right. I did it because I wanted to have fun. Like that it looked dope to me, and I was like, fuck yeah, I want to show off my gameplay. Why not? Like that's why I want to do YouTube in the first place, right? To just showcase my shit and then be able to look back and be like, oh, I did that. Like that's dope.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So you guys,
2021. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
No.
2021.
I was just gonna bask in self glory of his end and be like, and now here we are, 2021, 26 point something followers. 26.14 followers, just grinding it out, making it work, man.
Yes, sir.
How many of those do you think? How many of those followers do you think came over the span? Because like I know a lot of, like you said, a lot of downside to starting streaming is that you only have 1 to 2 people, if that, show up, and there's tons of people right now on the list that have 0. What do you think drew those people to your Twitch?
I want to say a lot of it was from, I mean, what I basically produce is like sniping, right? So like people usually come by for sniping content. And so within that, a lot of people, at least back in the day when I was playing 1 for 2, They came by because they wanted to see Modern Warfare 2 content. So like, oh, just Modern Warfare 2. This guy's streaming Modern Warfare 2. He's dropping high heel games. I'm gonna drop a follow. And then after a while, they're like, he's playing the new CODs. I don't want to watch any new CODs, right? So half my following is like dead. The other half is like playing, some new CODs. Some are just dropping a follow because I don't know, they just want to follow many streams so they can just stop by, whatever. But yeah, like I'd say majority of it come from my content, like for the sniping stuff. I don't think anyone comes by for like the game itself. I doubt it.
Oh, for sure. And that's the thing, like,
unless it's Modern Warfare 2.
Oh yeah. But I mean, like that's definitely the thing. Is like, I think the face cam feature is what really brings more attention to a stream, because I think people are there more for the interaction with you than they are for the interaction with the game.
Yep.
And that's where I kind of screwed up when I started streaming. I mean, I'm nowhere near as big. I only have 250 followers. And all loyal of them are in the chat right now talking about the Browns and Steelers for some reason. But I mean, like, excuse me. Like, it's people have also kind of learned, man, that like, and I'm guilty of it too. Like putting your Twitch name in your gamer tag or your name And I think nowadays that also kind of helps, but I also feel like that brings like a negativity to your channel a lot more. I mean,
it could definitely backfire, but also could do good depending on how you present yourself. I think if you have it, I mean, I used to have like YouTube in my name on Modern Warfare. That was before I hit 10K on YouTube. And I was like, all right, as soon as I hit 10K, I'm gonna take it out and not have. I think it was 10K, I think, or it might have been a little bit later than that. And I was like, I'm not gonna rep it because like, if you're party up with like a big content creator, right? They're like, okay, this guy is probably just trying to promote his Twitch or YouTube on my stream or YouTube video and just get leached off of 20, 30, 40 viewers or whatever, or however amount. And in my head, I'm like, that's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it was kind of hard for me to collab with other people, because I felt like I was giving off that like intention.
So, your name.
Yeah, it's in my name, but my real intention, my only intention is to hop in a game by myself, and out of those, 11 people out of the 12, because 66 or, whatever amount of people in the lobby would be like, oh, this guy has a YouTube, I'm gonna go check it out. I like that was the goal, like at least get maybe 10, 20 people in a day to come onto my YouTube channel just because they faced against me on a Call of Duty game, and to be like, you know what, this guy's nasty, I'm gonna go check him out. Like, that was the goal, not to leech. Hell no. I'm not a fan of that.
As you started SoaR, right?
No, he was an obey.
No.
He was an obey first, and I think he's the manager, right?
The manager.
Yes, Call of Duty talent manager.
Right on. How does that go? Like, what are your day-to-day things on that? Like, can you explain that? Just because I'm old, so I have no idea what a YouTube talent manager does.
Are you good? Well, how old are you, by the way?
I'm only 31.
31? Damn, I'm the youngin.
Yo, no, this bitch is like 50. Don't let him lie to you, bro.
I am not 50. I swear to God, I'm 31.
Hey, I ain't a judge. I'm going to get there probably someday, so I don't blame you.
I could wait this long.
So, well, being a Call of Duty talent manager, on a day-to-day basis, I mean, for one, like, I'm usually making my own content, but within the team itself, I always got to make sure that everything runs smoothly, everyone's getting their work done, their deliverables, their streams, and make sure they're putting on a good image for SoaR. And also, if there's any social media content that I got to, participate in, or not even me, or if talent, which talent is like basically the content creators that go under my wing, right? So, like, for example, I manage Call of Duty, so anyone that plays Call of Duty go under my wing, essentially. If anyone that plays Fortnite, they would go under the other talent manager, Medusa, Fortnite talent manager. They would go under his wing. Same thing with Valorant as well, or any other game. And our goal is to make sure that the talent is happy within the team. They're getting stuff done, and if they need any assistance, to make sure to assist them and help them reach their purpose and their goals for their own self, for their own content and career.
Right on. So you're just there to help everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope.
And also like make sure that like social media, not just social media, but like the team itself when it comes to sponsorships, that gets done as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, Nate said you were in Obey first, right?
Yeah, I was in Obey before SoaR.
Many years ago.
yeah, like I say like 3 to 4 years ago, but like before Obey, there was definitely other teams I was in.
So, do you think being in those teams helped push your Twitch to the stratosphere that it's in now?
Some of it, yes. Obey for sure. Before Obey was Darth. I didn't meet a few people, but Darth was like more of like a sniping only team. They didn't really push for streaming side of stuff at that time, at least, because it was like this was the prime time of Sniper Showdown, and that's what everyone was like really focused on. So, yeah, I'd say SoaR's the one that really helped out my streams. Obey second, and then third probably Darth.
Shout out Darth Meow. I know you fucking listen to this fucking stream. I appreciate you teaching me how to edit.
Let's go.
Right on.
Yeah, I'd say like decent amount. The smaller teams not much because I think I didn't stream as consistent as I wanted to because of my internet. It's just always been ass. So, but yeah, I'd say decent amount.
Well, I mean,
story of my life right there with shitty internet.
Yeah, this guy's mic cuts out during every podcast. I don't know what the fuck the problem is.
I can't be hearing you half the time.
Well, I mean, now we're in a time too where like content goes beyond YouTube and goes beyond Twitch. Now people are. I don't know if you use TikTok, but TikTok's a huge platform right now for stuff like that. You know, basically for myself because I do it. But I don't really know where I'm going with this. Do you feel that the usage of TikTok actually benefits in the end towards everything else?
When it comes to content creating?
Yes.
It depends. If you don't like use the platform properly, it's kind of like if you're not, it's like how do you say this? It's like if you were to get a dog, right? And you would have it essentially as a pet. But if you don't really like spend time with it, you're not really getting the love out of that dog. You know what I mean? You don't bounce back with the same energy. So when you're using the platform, you can, get the love out of it, right? You can as the opportunities are endless. But if you don't, then it's just like, then yeah, 100% is going to be a waste of time. But that also applies on every other platform. But I would 100% say that like anybody that want to get into content creating, TikTok is like the easiest thing to begin with, or just to start, because it's 60 seconds. You have 60 seconds to make some sort of content that's entertaining. It gets on the For You page. It's really easy to make, grabs a lot of people's attention. It's very easy to push. Next thing you know it, if you're really talented and people really fuck with your content, people will come by.
Do you use TikTok?
Yeah, 100%. I haven't been posting recently though, but dude, that platform has helped me grow tremendously on Twitch and quite a bit on YouTube.
Is your TikTok at your name, SoaR Zephy?
Yeah.
Everybody can go follow his TikTok. Now you all know. Of course, man. It's hard to get people to come on a podcast. You know what I mean? And it's hard.
Of course.
Like, we could have brought you on and we could have talked about anything, but I really want to talk about something that we can all relate to, something that we can make a good conversation out of, because that's where a lot of podcasts fall apart. Like, if I was to get somebody on here that wanted to talk about, like, let's say PTSD, for example, we can talk about that, but I cannot relate to that. You know what I mean? I can't sit here and make a 30-minute conversation on that because I can't relate and I don't understand it,
Yeah, I feel you. So it's like basically anybody that has what's the word I'm looking for? Like basically some similar interest.
Yeah. And you've been in the community just as long as me, if not longer. It's a lot easier to get you on the show and us talk about this and be able to go we're at 25 minutes now, you know what I mean? Our shows are 30 to 35 minutes long. So it's a lot easier for us to do that, and that's why I really appreciate you coming on the show. I don't give a fuck what Chunky says. He's a piece of shit. So
Wow. I thought it was fun. Like I enjoy hearing other people's perspectives, especially because like I can't snipe worth a shit, and so like hearing how everybody started out and fuck you, Kyle, and sorry, this guy in chat said Chunky's a piece of shit. Anyway, hearing how they started out and where they came from, you know, that's the grassroots of where it all comes from. It's important to me. I like to figure that stuff out.
Hell yeah. I think that's like the best way to find improvement. Like, is always understanding like how other people start. So that way, when you look at your own way of starting, you're like, oh, well, that's kind of similar on how I did it as well. Or like, you don't feel so bad. You're like, damn, I feel like I'm at a huge disadvantage. And then you hear someone else's story. You're like, damn, that's even worse. Like, but he pulled through. Like, what do I got to have to an excuse about
like,
you, right?
Like he had bad internet, and now he's sitting over here at 26,000, followers, and I have okay internet, and I he made my bed.
He might still have bad internet for all you know, but he puts out
I
badass
still do
content.
have bad internet. I mean, it's not bad, but like, it gets the job done. Like every day is like I'm rolling the dice, and if I don't land on a double, I'm fucked.
Right. And like it's important too, because I know there's a lot of our demographic. It ranges from people that sit at home all day, and I'm sure there's tons of people out there that want to get going, but they just don't know how. And every time you ask someone, like while they're streaming, like, how did you get started, or do you have any tips for beginning streamers? That you always get that same stock answer of, oh, just push through it and do your thing. But for someone to hear like your examples of how you started and made it to where you are, I think it benefits.
Yeah, I think for anyone starting out, it always needs to be just experimenting and having fun. Don't feel like you're going to be like, okay, within the first month of streaming, I'm going to make $500. Like, no, like that's the worst of the worst way to go about it. Not even a single penny. Like, you should go in and be like, you know what? I'm not going to make jack shit out of this, but I'm going to have fun. Like, that's the first immediate mindset that everyone should step into.
Right.
See, I had an issue where I would get nervous. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, like I got 10 followers or I got 10 viewers at the moment. And then I'd start really getting nervous. I had to turn my viewership off, like, completely. So I don't know if I'm being watched or if I'm not, but I'm gonna stream like I am all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of people now are in it for, like you said, they're in it for the money. They're ego driven, and I think ultimately that's why they fail, because they just don't get it. They're not enjoying themselves. They're not having fun. They're just there to try to make a buck, and sometimes it's disgraceful. It's especially to the people who, like he said earlier, have 0 viewers, and they're literally there just enjoying themselves and trying to have a good time.
Speaking of having a good time, I want to get your opinion real quick. SBMM, what do you think about it in the new folder?
So I hate it, but I understand it for marketing purposes. Because I actually thought about this yesterday. Actually, for a little bit, some time now.
He said they're gonna ask me about it, so I better think of an answer.
Right? He knew it was coming.
No, I'm gonna share you guys with an interesting story about skill-based matchmaking, like how people should kind of intake it. So it's smart for long-term games, such as Call of Duty, even for Fortnite potentially. So and the reason why I say that is because anyone that's stepping into a game that's been around for many years, when they go up against veterans, they don't stand a single chance. Like, if you picked up the controller today, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna play Call of Duty, and all of a sudden you face up against me and I'm smacking the shit out of you with a sniper. God forbid, dude, you're probably gonna break your fucking controller, because you're like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what am I playing? Is this like a fucking kids game? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, isn't this supposed to be Call of Duty? I'm supposed to be getting outgunned. You know what I mean? So, in that perspective, I 100% understand, because like, I don't want to play a game and then I'm getting my ass whooped. Like, I mean, sure, right? Like, that's how we all started, but we all started like that because we were all learning together. Like, the community was growing fast. Like everyone hopped on Modern Warfare 2 at the same time, or everyone hopped on BO2 at the same time. So we're all learning together. We're not like, it's not like someone's been around for the beginning, the very first COD. Like, it wasn't as big as then. So like, for someone like me who's been around since Modern Warfare 2, I can adapt and get used to the newer CODs very easily, because I understand how spawns work. I understand the game modes. I understand how the maps are laid out. I know the game mechanics. I can pick up up on it faster than the casual player, because like I played in competitive scenes, so like I understand why I should be punished, but at the same time it sucks because me as a content creator, I got to make content, I got to make an impression for other people, right? I got to show off my skill sets, which can be frustrating. It really, really can be. But for a casual player, it makes sense because, I mean, another, I would say, I guess you could say evidence. I've played we were in a community. It's called an MW2 sniping community, right? The competitive scene, sorry, competitive. And this is like a lunch table now, okay? Like right. You sit down in middle school or whatever, you know where the jocks are at, the emo kids, the fucking the regular kids, and then the fucking weirdos, and yeah, you know what I mean? Like you just know who's who, right? That's what's going on in the competitive sniping community right now, because everyone in the competitive sniping community that was playing back in the day on 102 understand how hardpoint works, understand how headquarters, capture the flag, control, these game modes. And for anyone to step into competitive sniping on Call of Duty, they wouldn't be able to compete because at all, like there's nobody for them to like have the satisfaction of getting a win, which is true, right? Like you shouldn't have an easy participation trophy, correct? But like, but then again, you don't want to. It's like as a regular content creator, you don't want to step into the building where you're getting your ass fucking whooped. No one wants to get their ass whooped. They want to have some sort of chance to be able to fucking do something, right? Like, yeah, challenge is great, but at the same time, being able to get easy kills is fun. So it's kind of like you got to have a good mix. And competitive sniping, it was big. We had a YouTube channel that had 74,000 subscribers, and there was like thousands of people wanting to 2v2, 3v3, 4v4 on headquarters scrapyard on 102 or headquarters terminal or CTF on high rise. Right. And then the community died out because, well, for one, no one was willing to jump on the new game, and everyone kept going back to 102 because of how culture and how sick it just looked. Mm-hmm. And so as years went on, the community started getting smaller and smaller and smaller. We tried welcoming more people, and as the new people stepped in, they were going against people that play like rats. Like I'm talking, they were beating the mechanics. They were head glitching, which is, I mean, that's just how the game is. You got to play smart. But these guys were just not able to compete. So they're like, this is kind of whatever, boring. No one really had the competitive drive. So, which is like, again, it's understandable why they put in skill-based matchmaking. And with that like scenario and how that happened made me realize like, wow, that makes sense why you add skill-based matchmaking, because MW2 sniping community died out because no one was welcomed into it because everyone was so advanced on the spawns and whatnot. Like there's no boundary or no opening for it.
Makes sense.
I countless of people, man. I always see the pros now complaining about it, and I always see everybody complaining about it. And don't get me wrong, I get pissed off about it. I really do sometimes.
No, I feel you. I hate it as well, but it's just marketing purposes. I understand.
Yeah, exactly. And then I sit back and think though too, like I used to just pub stomp on kids. You know what I mean? I'd run into a lobby, drop 100 kills, maybe one death if I was lucky. And that'd be the end of it. But like you said, there's a new generation coming into, like, not just sniping community wise, just in general for Call of Duty. Especially with Warzone being free now. That was a big step for Call of Duty.
Oh yeah.
But like these kids who've never played before, you know what I mean? Like at my age now, I almost feel bad, like if I get in and I just destroy somebody who had no business being in that lobby to begin with, and then I feel bad because then I'm like, oh man, did they break their controller or are they crying? Did they just uninstall the game? You know what I mean? Like I don't want kids to have that experience. I mean, I do if I'm pissed at them, but definitely not right off the bat.
Well, there was like Billy Goat 57 that was, what are they were handicapped and had like Down syndrome, but they were playing Call of Duty and got nuked, and it sent him into like the biggest rage ever. But one of the content creators put it on his channel and showed off him dropping a nuke on a paraplegic person. It felt so bad for that kid. Like, it sucks. I get why they have it.
Shit like that too. And people who like to benefit off that stuff, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. I feel bad, but I understand.
Zephy, we are about out of time. We appreciate you for joining us. I know you probably had a lot more you could have done with your night.
You good? I could have kept going for another hour, but man, shit.
I do have a Spotify limit, so I have to.
Oh, okay.
I have to try and keep to that limit. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
We'll have to have you come back next season.
I do have like 3 or 4 more minutes that I can spare. Do you have any motivational expressions or anything that you'd like to tell? Like, I don't think I have younger listeners, but if I do, if they're trying to, do what we do you have any motivation for them?
Life is hard. Life is always going to be hard, and that's just how it is. Being an adult. If you're in high school right now, take advantage of it. Get your schoolwork done in class. As soon as you get home, start grinding. Keep your head down. That you will learn. You'll make a lot of mistakes. I made a shit ton. My God. But that's what makes you build as a person. So don't feel like you should fall off the edge or fall off the earth and punish yourself or be depressed about it, because you're just a human being, just like myself. And we fuck up and we make mistakes. Just don't do anything fucking absolutely demonic like kill somebody. But if you tell a girl she's hot and she feels really uncomfortable, just be like, hey, I didn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Just own up to your shit and live and learn and live life to your fullest.
Fucking A. That was very inspirational.
Very.
Well, everybody, I appreciate y'all for joining us on this episode. If you will all stick around, we will shoot a small little raid somebody's way. Zephy, I appreciate you for taking the time out of your evening to join us.
Yeah, thank you for featuring me, man. I appreciate it.
Everybody.
One last question.
Oh, shit.
KFC PC, yes or no?
Ah. I gotta see it again. I don't know. I mean, I saw it. I was like, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion about it. I just thought I was kind of like, wow, that's kind of crazy.
I was like, I told him I was gonna ask. I asked.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right on. Everybody, you can follow Zephy over on Twitter at SoaR Zephy. You can follow him on Twitch at Zephy, I believe.
Yes.
You can follow him on TikTok at SoaR Zephy. I appreciate you, my dude, for being here and joining us. You can follow Chunky on all socials at Chunky__. You can follow the podcast at the AfterSparty on Facebook and Twitter, and you can follow me on at SpartyHDZ. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you joining us for this last episode of the podcast. We will be back in about a month, and we'll have the new season rolling. Appreciate y'all for coming. Y'all have a good evening.
Bye, y'all.
Let's go. Bye bye. Hell yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you guys for featuring me.